What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Life's a Garden. Today's guest I met through my many adventures in downtown Billings, whether it be karaoke at the Crystal or a local music show. This guy is a huge local music supporter, and as a local musician, couldn't be more appreciative of that. Today we talk about nerd stuff, we talk about music, of course, and we even dive into the paranormal, which today's guest has a personal experience with. So stick around to hear that story. Please welcome to the show, Terence Kindness.
Away we go.
And away we go.
And away we go.
Dude, cheers.
Here we are.
We made it finally happen.
We made it finally, dude. How long did it take from like the first point where we were like talking about doing this? How long did that take? Like probably like a month?
Yeah, but that happens
so?
sometimes because, you know, I'll have things scheduled that I can't do guests a certain week, whether that be a specific episode I want to do, because I did my 4th of July special a couple weeks back, or I'll have like just too much stuff I need to talk about by myself that I just want to do a solo episode.
Oh yeah.
But then there's times you
go on the tangents. I love it. I love it. Like I'm not naming any names obviously, but like it's just funny, like everyone has their own opinion on everything always.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, like I almost want to get drunk with this guy and just like hear him go off on a tangent about all this crazy shit.
Well, now, usually when I go on my rants, there's like the line of truth versus jokes where I'm trying to like be entertaining and also like give real opinion.
Yeah.
But you'll know when I'm being serious because I usually won't be like animated about it.
Of course. But it's like the dramatics are always fun.
Yeah, well, that's what makes it all worth
Start
it.
pulling your hair out. You're like, Jesus.
Yeah, I wish I had some to pull out.
To pull out, yeah, actually. I was like, is that the guy from Disturbed? Oh, no, that's Dakota. I saw you from behind earlier at the show. Yesterday at the show, I was like, no, that's Dakota for sure.
Not a bad Halloween costume idea.
Yeah, no. Actually, I saw this. It wasn't me. It was like someone's art on Instagram, and it was a tatted up Sailor Moon.
Oh wow!
And Trina was is natural blonde, and I was like, that is such a good idea. Do the Sailor Moon hair and like, you know, like there's so many like good things about Sailor Moon.
Who would you be, Sailor Mars? No. What was the guy in that?
Yeah.
Like with the mask? Didn't he wear a mask?
Yeah. Man, I was really into it when I was a kid, which is funny.
You know, I was the same. I was the same.
You know, I might go back to it, but for more other reasons. They're hot.
Yeah,
they're hot, man.
Well, that's like
so hot.
That generation of anime is like where I thrive. Like I like Dragon Ball Z. I don't really like Dragon Ball Super as much. The only newer anime I really, really like is My Hero Academia.
You do or you don't?
I do.
You do? Oh, yeah. That's really cool, man. I have so many shows that I need to finish. Like, there's an unlimited amount of shows.
Well, and that's no slight against newer animes. Like, there's plenty of good ones.
Yeah.
I think I like the art style of like that kind of like grainy almost, where like Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh yeah, and when he's actually like going in for the moves and like trying to kick some ass. Yeah. Funny story. My good friend Jordan. I think maybe like a few of the listeners might know who Jordan Mullenberg is, but that guy is like on his like 50th take of One Piece.
Oh wow! Jesus.
You know, like where does he get the time?
Yeah, doesn't that have like over 1,000 episodes or something like that?
Yeah, it's like I think it's a little less than 1,100.
Damn,
which is nuts.
Yeah, and they're still making them, aren't they? Or are they done?
I think they're done.
Okay,
I don't know. Don't quote me on that one.
See that was never one I got into.
Anime nerds.
Yeah, right.
Gonna be canceled.
Yeah, clearly you see I got a few anime stuff, but
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Oh man, anime. I mean, it all started with Dragon Ball Z, obviously.
That's where
that was
it
the
typically
shit,
starts, I think, for a lot of younger guys, or at least guys in our generation.
Right. Goku goes Super Saiyan 3. I'm losing my marbles. I'm jumping up and down on my dad's table. He's like shaking his fist upstairs. Shut the fuck up. No, he's actually a good guy. No, he's just like, why don't you girls go play outside? No, we're listening to Dragon Ball Z, or we're watching Dragon Ball Z. Come on now.
The thing that irritates me the most is the amount of shit I got as a kid for liking Dragon Ball Z, and now it's the cool thing.
Right.
Like all the, it's such like
man.
I don't know what groups. I think it's just like a lot of guys, a lot of what Twitch people really like it. But it's like fully accepted.
Right.
As this is not a race thing, but like the black community seems to really, really be into it, which I never would have thought.
Yeah. No, and that's funny. What podcast was it? Damn. I don't know. Actually, it wasn't a podcast. It was like some dude on Instagram. He's like, "Wait, you're telling me I can't be black and love anime like I can't remember how it goes. He's like, I can't be gangster and like Dragon Ball Z. Like that's the most gangster shit in the world.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and
he's like, I gotta pretend not to like this stuff just because I'm like I don't know, I'm in the hood.
Right.
Like, come on, man.
We always thought it was gangster,
dude.
But everybody else was like, oh, that's nerd shit.
Remember
now, it's the cool shit.
Yeah, remember the original audio, like those, like the chugs and like the metal in Dragon Ball Z. Oh man, that original audio is like really what got me going. I'm like, these guys are going Super Saiyan, kicking ass, and there's like some metal going on.
Yeah, the Japanese music is kind of too bland for like some of the moments. Like it's fine during just regular parts, but if it's an action scene, like for some reason the Japanese music doesn't do it for me. It's that American. On the DVDs, I know there's selections for the different types of music. I always pick the American audio because all the voices are the same. The dubs are still the same, but the music is different, and that music hits so hard.
It slaps, dude.
My ringtone is still Gohan's theme from the Cell Saga.
Yeah, dude. Sick.
Because it's very like guitar heavy and
yeah, man. And then like they're getting pissed off and they got the eyes going, and it's like, dude, Cell's gonna get his ass kicked.
And that's about as metal as it gets.
Really, dude. What a horrible thing Cell was. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
He's just like, I'm gonna like absorb you in my tail, and it looks really weird.
It was like oddly
it's uncomfortable,
sexual.
and it's like it's like, oh shit, like am I turned on? No, I'm gonna die.
It was both terrifying and like arousing at the same
time. Oh my god, yeah. Back to the audio. Trina and I recently started watching Dragon Ball again. Mm-hmm. And you're saying like the Japanese music doesn't do it, but man,
I feel like it would fit better with that.
I love that.
Just because it's kind of more whimsical.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's also like really silly, but like it's got that old like tinge to it, and like when Son Goku is just kicking ass, like young Goku, it's just like there's like a lot of like synthesizers and like a lot of horns and stuff. Like, what a good time, man.
Well, and the original Japanese theme song is my favorite. So, nothing against the Japanese music altogether. Just some of those fight scenes I feel like need that like guitar that we were talking about.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Just makes it just a little bit more extra.
What are you on to next? Like, is there an anime that you're
not really like? Honestly,
I can't finish shit, dude.
Yeah, when it comes to TV shows or any show in general,
I have commitment issues with TV shows.
Yeah,
man. It sucks because I get so far and like I don't want it to end. Mm-hmm. There's so many shows. Like, I mean, unrelated. How I Met Your Mother. So I finished that.
Oh, okay.
Who's the mother? I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen the show plenty of times.
Yeah,
I've just never watched it like from start to finish. Same with like Big Bang Theory. That was another one that I've.
Oh my god, that show would be so good if Sheldon was so fucking annoying.
It's actually Sheldon's kind of one of those characters that you either love him or you hate him.
It's got the hot blonde. It's got these doofuses. Like, we're all nerds anyways, right? So it's like, all right, cool. But then Sheldon's over here like.
But then Sheldon got the spinoff.
You're like, face palm, son of a bitch.
It's with shows. I feel like the only way I can really get invested in a new show is it has to be like brand new, and then I have to watch it weekly. It's like I think the last show I really got into was House of the Dragon.
Okay.
And so because it was something, or I got like Mandalorian, some of those Marvel series that were coming out.
Yeah, dude, the Star Wars ones I'm all about. I finished Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That was great.
The Obi-Wan, dude, that's such a good one. Like
it got poor reviews, but I actually enjoyed it.
Dude, I teared up so hardcore when he's like, no, like this is what's left of Anakin. I'm like no.
All this, the whole series is like as much as I don't know. I enjoyed the whole thing honestly, but it all is worth it for that final battle and that final scene.
Yeah,
it's just so perfect.
And like the lights, it's so dark in that one of those final scenes. It's like the lightsabers are there, and it's just like,
and the way the red and the blue, it's just like it's shot so well.
It's oh my god, man. Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't even know the first part about like the lore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I know some stuff, but like there's so much lore with Star Wars too.
It's unreal.
Man, we're nerds, by the way. If
Hey,
you didn't know that, if you don't know, I don't know.
Nothing wrong with that,
Right.
man. But like, as far as I understand it, in the Star Wars universe, I think everything that's like the video games, all that stuff, it's all canon.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of it is approved by whoever, like the overlord of. I don't know if George Lucas is anymore, but
I think he's actually getting more into it. I think I saw something about that. He's actually kind of getting back into it. Like, yeah, they're actually consulting him more, basically.
I kind of wish they would have for that.
If Kathleen,
that last prequel or the
if Kathleen
trilogy.
Kennedy is watching, don't fuck it up anymore. Then you already have.
Is that who was writing the?
Well, maybe it's Favreau and Filoni, and those guys are like the main guys. But like Kathleen Kennedy was like the one with the sequel. Had like a lot of oversight on the sequel trilogies.
Okay.
And I mean, everyone knows that's a shit show.
Okay. Give me your thoughts. You've seen all the Star Wars, I'm assuming, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me your thoughts. Let's just talk the trilogies. We don't got to go individual movies.
Sure.
But like 1 through 3.
Okay.
Thoughts.
Jar Jar is the Supreme Sith Lord for sure.
Okay, you're on that bandwagon.
Yeah.
I got you.
There's indisputable evidence. I mean, just look at him.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you know? So apparently, I don't know where I saw this, and this could be, you never know. They actually had planned on making him a Sith until like his popularity with like children was so big, which is insane to me. But the fact that Jar Jar was ever popular.
Oh man.
They just decided to divert from that plan.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like growing up, like watching the prequel trilogy, Jar Jar was really cool. I liked him. Obviously, as a kid, you know, I'm like, this guy's a silly son of a bitch. Look at him go. He's jumping around, doing flips and stuff, and then like, you know, he's still. I don't know, man. I think really he's hiding a really dark past.
And it makes sense. And like I said, I think they had originally planned on making him like one of those guys that were just going to infiltrate. That first movie, if they wanted to target it for kids, they nailed it on the head. Because it's silly. You get like the pod racing shit. The pod racing alone.
Dude, Star Wars pod racers? Come on.
Yeah.
Is that not one of the best video games in the world?
Yes.
You get those like random Facebook videos and like there's like the gameplay. And like I sat there like for at least like a good 45 minutes one day and just watched all this old gameplay. I'm like, oh man, all the sound effects are coming in, like all these like deep seated memories. I'm like what a trip down memory lane. Oh, I spent so many hours on that goddamn game, man. Like my dad was pissed. He's like, I got you $1,000 bike and you're sitting here inside.
Was that on PS2?
That was N64.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was kind of chunky, but the way it moves, it holds up, I think. Okay. Truly.
Yeah, so anyway, the first trilogy, thoughts?
First trilogy, yeah.
You said Jar Jar.
Jar Jar, Sith Lord. I really liked it. You know, it was my generation. You know, like obviously the original trilogy is the older generation. I liked it, and then there for a while after I was really getting into Star Wars, I was like, this kind of sucks. Like I don't know, it's kind of like too off.
It sucks that it had to happen at a time when like CGI wasn't quite there yet.
On par.
Like the first two, they really suffer for the CGI effects, especially the first one. Because you go back and watch that, and you're just like, "Eeh."
Yeah, when did
the practical effects were almost better.
When did that even come out? Like, that was like
2001, I want to say.
Where's your Jamie?
Maybe it might have been 1999. Yeah, I don't have a Jamie.
Where's your Jamie?
I need one. I need one.
Jamie, pull that up.
It's hard enough.
Everybody in their life needs a Jamie.
The only way I could ever make that work is that I'd have to pay them, because then I could guarantee they'd be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, yeah.
I think it was 1999 for the first one. The second one I want to say came out in like 2002, 2003 maybe.
Man, I haven't even thought about.
I know episode 3 came out in 2006.
Okay,
that sounds about right.
2006 for sure.
So like every 3 years or so.
I was so pissed coming out of the movie theaters. I was like, Anakin, you dipshit.
Episode 3, one of the best.
Also, by the way,
episode 2, one of the worst.
Yeah. Also, by the way, I'm gonna die of heartbreak. Like, come on, that's some loose writing.
When was that? Is that in
Padme?
Oh,
remember?
Yeah.
She died of heartbreak. It's like, all right, well, I guess you guys got bored at the end of the movie.
Well, and then you have like, I don't know, the terrible dialogue of episode 2. They definitely like corrected it a little bit in 3. Not great delivery by Hayden Christensen, but I'm gonna give Hayden Christensen a complete like absolvement just because of that small scene in Obi-Wan.
Oh man, no. I mean, like that's the thing. Like, okay, so I know we're kind of going like chronological here, but no, I think he's great. I mean, it's funny that they just threw him in the Vader costume. They're like, everybody loves you, baby. You're a star, baby.
Yeah.
You know? And
how could you screw this up? Yeah. Oh wait.
Yeah, right. Wait, didn't James Earl Jones?
Oh
do
yeah.
The vote? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he was on the mic on that one for sure. So yeah. To wrap up the first trilogy, that battle at the end, come on,
it's pretty god tier. Mustafar, yeah.
Mustafar, yeah. I mean, that's got to be like, that's top tier.
Yeah.
For it, you know. Yeah.
So then with the older trilogy, the original.
So yeah, the original trilogy, dude. I mean, you can't touch it. I mean, we're no more. You know, you don't need to say anything.
It's about as clean as it gets.
It's G, dude.
Yeah,
it's fucking G.
And the practical effects and all that. Okay,
practical effects, man. We need more of that in movies.
I think
we need that in movies.
I will get exactly. I think we should go back to that.
We need to go like away from CGI.
As expensive as movies are these days,
yeah.
You can't add a little bit of practical effect.
Right.
The best practical effect comes in like horror movies, though. Like classic horror movie practical effects, if they're done properly. I mean, there's terrible ones, but there's some. Like I can't remember which Friday the 13th it was, but there's one where he smashes a guy's head, and it's clearly like just like springs and like glass eyes popping out. It's horrible. Yeah, but if a practical effect in a horror movie can be done like in The Thing, dude.
Yeah, that was like top tier there. That's really like, I mean, if you want to talk about practical effects, let's talk about The Thing for sure. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was actually watching this video where like, what's her name from Alien?
Ripley. That's the character's name.
Yeah, Ripley. She has like this rubber replica of herself.
Oh, okay.
And they're like molding around. I'm like, dude, that looks so crazy. What the hell? Like, you know, like put more practical effects in the movies, man. We gotta get it back.
I agree. Now, I will say to give a little negative to that original trilogy when they came back and like. Did they do some like reshoots with CGI?
Right.
That shit needs to go away.
Damn it.
That scene where it's in Jabba's freaking palace and that they're like dancing and doing some weird like singing thing.
Oh yeah, the elephant.
Yeah.
The elephant guy.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, what the hell was that?
Horrible.
Dude, how much do you think they got paid for doing that? Probably like way too much.
They probably lost money doing that.
Yeah, I bet they made way more money.
And
way
also,
too much money.
Completely unnecessary to any part of the story.
They were like gyrating so weird, and it was like kind of sexual too. I'm like, what's going on?
Completely unnecessary. None of it made sense. So that's my denomination for the original trilogy. If you take that out, it's perfect.
Yeah, let's wrap up the first trilogy. The speed run. the fucking speed run. Remember when they're like running away? When Qui-Gon and Obi are running away from the battle droids that they have there on that ship, like during the start of it. They did like the fucking Naruto run down the hallway.
Oh yeah,
dude. Like I'm like, where did that go? Where'd that power go? That could have saved them so many times. So yeah, fucking that was all right. Like 6 out of 10. Sequel, original trilogy, fucking G, 10 out of 10. I almost don't even want to get into the sequel trilogy, man.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. Like, shit the bed.
I mean, I think that pretty much answers the question right there.
Yeah. Just like so many videos of Mark Hamill, and he's like, no, it was great. You know, you just see in his eyes and like his demeanor, he's just like,
you're ruining all of this, but give me money.
He's like, well, now I'm gonna go make films with Bert Kreischer.
Did you watch that movie?
I did. We just watched that the other night, actually.
What'd you think?
It was sick, dude.
I enjoyed it.
It was good. Yeah, like actually, Bert's actually a really good actor.
I too
check it out.
I too was very surprised at the acting.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think he was gonna be bad because he's been in stuff before.
Right.
But I was pretty.
Wait. What else has he been in?
He's just like in TV shows, just little like cameos in TV shows and stuff like that. Okay. And I've seen he was on like either like CSI or something like that, some crime show as just like a character.
Did he have his shirt off?
I don't think so. I think he played like a delivery person or something like that. But
really?
It wasn't.
I gotta check this out.
Yeah,
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, you have to. It was when he was like younger, before he even had a beard, I think.
Oh my god!
But he's
all that old footage. You're like, that doesn't even look like Bert.
Yeah, right.
You know,
I know.
Like in the beginning when he's like they're doing the whole montage of like all the stuff he's done and like his rise and fall and rise and like you're like looking at him, it's like what the fuck?
Yeah,
that's not Bert. And they cloned him, man. They cloned him.
Did you know the movie National Lampoon's Van Wilder is based on him?
Yeah,
from his time at FSU.
Right, and that's really cool. That was one of my favorite movies growing up, actually. Ryan Reynolds, he was like, I thought he was like the funniest son of a bitch in the world. I was like, this guy is great. This is like one of my favorite actors. And then yeah, that's crazy. You find that out later on.
Yeah,
you know,
like all this time, because I watched that movie as I don't know, when did that come out? Like 2003, 2004, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere around there. That was one of my favorites, man. Oh my god. What a good fucking movie.
Yeah, that's when comedies were actually, like, good.
Right? Oh, my God. I think everyone's had that conversation about those older movies where it's just, like, it's very in your face and, like, there's no, like, holding back. And, God, these sensitive sons of bitches out here,
hopefully we're starting to get back to a curve where we're going to see some, like,
something where it's, like, it's not as blatant,
comedies.
But also, like, let's just joke. Like, at the end of the day, it's just a joke, you know. Like
I miss the comedies where it's like you got main character. There's nothing like extraordinarily special about them. They don't have to go through this character arc. They're still the same person at the end.
Right.
Like or just like classic road trip comedy, like Dumb and Dumber,
man,
or
dude. Those new ones are really good. New ones are really the Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah,
those are really good. I've only seen a few episodes, but dude, it's classic. You can't fuck it up.
Right. Yeah, I just miss like the old dumb Adam Sandler where this character's a dumb guy. He goes through, plot lines, doesn't really have a huge character change. There's no real like there's love interest, but it's not like the main focus of the story. And he's still dumb guy at the end.
Yeah, dude. Oh man.
It's just a fun trip.
Speaking of those movies, the Happy Madison movies, God, they can be so good, but it's like so Adam Sandler-esque. Yeah. When they get into that, dude, I feel like I'm wheezing a lot.
I think that's probably mostly the air conditioning.
No, actually, I was like hearing myself like. Yeah, no, it's good.
You're full Darth Vadering over here.
Right. Anyways, what was I gonna say? What the hell was I saying?
Happy Madison.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. So like, it's good, but it's like very Adam Sandler-esque where it gets fucking cringy, dude. It's like, God, and they throw in the worst songs too. It's like, man, this is overproduced.
Are you talking about like the newer ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like a lot of the newer ones. I mean, the older ones are
Classics.
Yeah. No, they're great. But
I
yeah,
agree.
dude, it really gets cringy. It's like, god damn.
Yeah.
Like Adam Sandler's making too much money. He's got too much time on his hands, and I'm not hating Adam Sandler's a shit. Like, obviously.
But I agree, like, the quality of the movies has dipped beyond.
Yeah, but there was this one that I watched. It was In-Laws? I think it's called
Oh, is
In-Laws
that the
or
one with
something.
Chris Rock?
No. What is it? Outlaw. Yeah, it's got
Adam Devine.
Adam Devine, Blake Anderson kind of makes a little appearance there. It's relatively new. I don't want to give any spoilers, but man, like it has like such great comedy, and then but like just pure Happy Madison production quality. It just gets cringy, and then they throw in like levitating by like where the fuck makes that song, and it's just like it's like this is a feel good moment. Let's just throw in this pop song, and you're like oh man, what's going on?
Was that on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have to check it out just to see.
No, it's really good actually. It's pretty damn good. I mean, the guys from Workaholics can't fuck up. I mean, they're just so funny, dude.
I wish they were gonna make that Workaholics movie.
Yeah, didn't COVID fuck that up or?
Well, so I think originally that was the drawback on it. Like, I don't think they were able to. They were planning on doing it, and then I think they had to postpone production, and then they were getting ready to shoot it, or they had already shot it and they were going to release it. And Paramount said that it, quote, this is from Adam Devine, said it doesn't fit our global agenda.
Oh, the agenda.
Yeah.
Oh no,
like
man.
I don't know what was in the movie or what was scripted or what, but it's like, this just doesn't fit our global agenda. I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
There's always a dark agenda.
Right.
Behind
like, they just proved what we want to put out is, like, we want this for the masses. This is, like, we want to, like, kind of, I guess, promote certain things we want
a radio hit, but it's a movie.
Right.
Bubble gum, chew it up, fucking...
Yeah, whatever it may be, like...
Till it gets stale.
We need stuff
on
that's
the next one. On the next one.
I don't know what the agenda is. Like, what their global agenda is.
What's your theory? What do you think? Paramount Plus. Or not, Paramount's like...
I'm assuming Paramount is on the same line as everybody else. I'm sure all the production companies have a similar agenda. Well, if I had to be if I was going to guess, I would say to make us all stupider, but stupider's not a word even.
No, stupider. Yeah.
So, but that doesn't make sense because don't you think like a Workaholics movie would kind of be in line with that? So, well, and did you see they just changed the criteria for what it takes to win to be an Academy nominated movie?
No. What the hell's that?
You have to have a certain percentage of diversity, whether that be racial,
inclusion,
whatever that may be.
You gotta have a finger on the pulse of every thing,
and there might be a specific. There might even be a specific percentage of which individual like diversity thing that needs to be required. I don't know exactly all that detail. Mm-hmm. That's part of it, and then there was a couple other weird requirements too, and I don't remember what they were. But it's like, you just guaranteed movies are gonna suck because now you're gonna add pointless characters that don't add to a story.
Right? No, I've noticed that too. I've noticed that a lot, and you know what? I'm like, we're all fucking inclusive here. Whatever. I don't care what you do.
Oh yeah, I mean, I agree.
But yeah, it's like, and then when they put it in movies, it's like, oh god, here comes the you
can just smell
the absolutely straight character that, like gets a little bit on the soft side and understands, it's like, or whatever, like, well, there's always some dumb shit going on.
My thing is, it's like, if you want a character to be gay, like, that's cool.
Right.
But don't just make this character gay because nothing. Like,
right.
Just because. Like, Dumbledore's gay.
Yeah, dude.
Like, okay.
Wasn't that canon? Was that canon in the book?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was before.
I don't know.
I thought she brought that up later.
Hey guys, leave it in the comments. I don't know. Like, I'll do my own research.
My thing with the Dumbledore thing, it's like, I never thought of him as straight. Like, I wasn't like, who's Dumbledore fucking? I never thought that once. So what does it matter?
Why is he
at
in
all?
A nightgown?
Exactly.
He's always in a nightgown. what's underneath the nightgown?
Yeah.
Is he clothed?
Yeah, right?
Is he clothed? I
But
don't
it's
know,
like,
man.
that's the thing is, like, why is sexuality or any of that stuff ever been, like, unless it's
What if he was
relevant?
never? What if he was never in a robe and like from the get go in the movies he was always in like some like fucking sick ass romper?
Yeah, right.
You know,
He just rips
He's
it
like,
off.
I'm gonna take my clothes off when I shit.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It's just, I don't know.
the ridiculousness.
Exactly. So yeah, the global agenda. I don't know what that entails, but clearly, them saying that tells you, and we already knew that there was.
Right. It almost seems unnecessary. I don't know. Like I took like a whole goddamn weekend off in high school to read the 7th book, and like I had friends come over to my house. Hey Terence, let's go skate. Let's go out and like play some ball. Let's go longboard or whatever. I'm like, nope. Sitting right fucking here. And I had the AC off. I had zero sound. I was about ready to unplug the fridge at times because I was like fucking into it. It was just so funny because like they're like, you're really gonna sit inside and read a fucking Harry Potter book for the whole weekend? I'm like, yep.
I mean, if you're into it.
Man. But I've never I actually never read all of them, which is kind of like, you know,
Blasphemy.
down the line, you know, like everyone's gonna be like, dude, you fake fucking Harry Potter fan, you know.
I don't think anybody's gonna.
My girlfriend's got to go now. Never claimed to be the guy that read all the books, but like I did. Yeah, like what the hell? Like I don't know. Like was Dumbledore going to like sex raves and shit? Like, you know, I don't.
Like
know.
I said, I don't see the importance of it at all.
Yeah,
Like
right.
it's not. He's a wizard.
Little unnecessary.
That's what it is. He's a
Dude.
wizard,
He's already,
and that's
he's
all
already,
I need to know about him.
Yeah, he's already a little flamboyant being a wizard.
And that's fine. Like that's just a character like design. But my thing is like you see a character throughout the whole movie, and then he kisses a guy. It's like, but why? Like I was fine with this character one way or the other. I never
Right.
needed any of that.
Yeah, and see, and I don't know, like this. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I guess we don't really know enough about Harry Potter.
But here's the thing. Now, I don't know the whole, like with the whole Bud Light thing. And the only reason I bring this up, because I have no opinion about Bud Light. I'm not a Bud Light drinker.
I've never drank Bud Light in my
Right.
life. But if I did drink Bud Light, and I was
know.
a diehard fan of Bud Light, he's got the.
Dude, I did a whole Bud Light rant.
You got the Bud Light. Okay, yeah.
I'm not
okay.
even joking. I did this whole Bud Light rant because I had to give my 2 cents on the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting right there when I do it, and I got done, and I looked up and I saw that, and I go,
Was it in camera?
No.
Oh my god, dude.
But when I do
Yeah,
the solo
okay.
episodes, I'm looking that way, and so it's right there, and I was like, huh. I mean, Bud Light's the sponsor.
I think where you
NFL.
went. I think where you went wrong is being a Broncos fan.
Yeah, well.
I think that's really because I'm a Raiders fan, so I got to give you shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man, diehard. Like never team hopped. Never. Never gave any team any time of the day. I've never done the what is it? Sports bet.
Oh, okay.
Never done that. I'm like, no. Raiders all day. I know I'm going to lose money, so I can't do sports bet.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I'll say this in regards to you being a Raiders fan.
Oh, God, here we go.
How old are you?
29.
Okay. So we're exactly the same age.
Right.
Knowing the Raiders throughout the time I've been watching football, if you're a diehard Raiders fan, God bless you. Like, you've stuck through, you've been a fan, it's been rough. They've had their times, they've had their, like, seasons where it looked like they were going to pull through, and they made the playoffs a couple of years, didn't they?
The car keeps breaking down, man. The car keeps breaking down.
Pun intended.
You change the thermostat. You beef it up. You modify it.
Right.
Keeps breaking down, man.
But I'll tell you what. If you've been a loyal fan, good on you.
Yeah.
Because they're not exactly like the most decorated franchise right now.
So it confuses me. I know we're kind of like hopping all over the place.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, but anyways, it confuses the shit out of me how people can just like team hop. Okay, so let's take a star like LeBron James. He goes from Portland or not fucking Portland. He was Heat. He's in the Heat.
Well, he started with Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland. Okay, Cleveland goes to Heat. Like, it's like, how do you remain a loyal fan when the NBA is just trying to like pump the numbers out, or NFL, NBA, all of them included. How are you supposed to like stick with it? You're like, these guys are just fucking us over all the way to Tuesday.
Well,
By like switching these stars out, and it's like, oh, well, that didn't work. Let's put them over here.
that's why I like the NFL a little more than most sports. Is I feel like it's easier to be a team-oriented fan. Like, it doesn't matter if my favorite player goes to another team. Like, I'll still like that player. Like, I'm a huge Von Miller fan.
Right.
But I'll never not be a Broncos fan. Whereas in the NBA, I know so many people that are like, well, I'm a Lakers fan now because I love LeBron James. Or, you know, they'll just follow LeBron James to the end of time.
Okay, so here's a little something that like we're really gonna like take a little turn here.
Okay.
It's gonna get dark.
Uh-oh.
Lakers fans, if you're watching. So I mean, actually, it's not like negative, but it's really kind of like a eyebrow raiser.
Okay.
The conspiracy theory goes, Kobe was going to do what any good person would do with that much pull and power. He was gonna like do like a little exposing of all the bullshit out there, you know, like fucking Epstein and all that stuff. He was gonna like make like a documentary or something like that. Like, I don't know, don't quote me, but he was gonna do some exposing of that whole thing,
Like the pedophilia ring or whatever.
exactly. And man, yeah, I mean, so like
That is-
obviously it's a conspiracy theory in its own right, but like that happens every single time, you know. They're like,
Yeah.
I mean, who else, for example, like
Well, I had heard that Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington
yep,
and
yep.
who's the food show guy?
Anthony Bourdain.
Yep.
Yeah,
All of those guys were involved in the same, like, they were going to do something similar where it was taking down, like, child trafficking rings and stuff like that. And it was going to be, like, kind of a production type thing of, like, trying to expose these circles or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then all three of them
miraculously
commit suicide in the same way.
are found dead.
In the same way.
Right. Man, you know, like, I know, it's like, it's not like, I mean, it's just like, what the hell is going on out there, man?
Well, and the truth is, I mean,
I know we're moving fast here.
well,
on
the
something
truth
else, but yeah,
lies
dude, like, what the
between
fuck?
somewhere between like what we think and what we know. Maybe it was all coincidence that they did that. Maybe it was just all, you know, they were dealing with demons.
Yeah.
But the fact that all of them were involved in that same thing, and then they all died the same way, when all of them were successful, you know,
It's like
in
it's
what
like
they did.
it's like the assholes that are like often these people are lazy. They're like, we're not very creative with this, so we're just gonna go with the same old thing.
Right.
You know.
Well,
but when like, you know, the world powers are, I mean, come on, dude, they gotta be into it, man. They're fucking weirdos anyways.
There's 100% like fishy shit going on.
Whole lot of fishiness, man, and I smell it. I think everyone smells it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, I know there's been several cases of people in like political campaigns and I can't give you a specific. I know there's one, I just don't know the details of it, but there was a guy basically who had ties to some politician. I want to say it was the Clintons, but I don't want to say that because I feel like that's such a like a.
Oh no, man!
You know what I mean,
dude. We might disappear tomorrow.
might
talking about it, man.
Anyway, this guy
Son
ended
of a
up
bitch.
dead. He was like he was found in the forest, dead, gunshot wound to the head, or something like that. But whatever the fashion was, there was almost a 0% chance that he killed himself, and they ruled it a suicide. And like whatever the manner of death was, it was clearly not a suicide, and they ruled it a suicide.
Oh, another one. Since we're on this fucking topic, let's go. Lisa Left Eye Lampanelli.
Okay.
TLC.
Yeah.
Okay, Lisa Left Eye Lampanelli. I mean, this fucking like Tyler Creator said that shit. It was really funny to me. Anyways, she met someone in her life that was like doing like this really like holistic health approach and like natural health approach to beat some sort of disease. I can't remember right now, but it was like it was apparently it was like legit as fuck. And she was gonna go and like tell everybody about it, and then she dies because she dies in her house. How house burned down. You know,
I didn't even know she died.
Yeah,
I was wondering, like,
now it's just TL. Anyway, stupid. Oh man, let's talk about big pharma. You know, like so, like yeah, if you're trying to take down like something like that, if you're trying to like
go against the
grain, and
or
really,
go against like these big corporations.
Really, like I don't even think it was like a whole exposed thing. She was just like, hey,
this is an option.
This guy fucking helped me. I want to help people, and then like she dies in her house. Like R.I.P.
Well,
dude, like TLC's the shit, man.
You heard about I don't know if you heard about the guy that made this guy came up with an engine that runs on water.
Oh yeah, dude. The Pentagon's like, nah, dude.
Yeah,
you're done.
And then he dies.
And
I think he died of it essentially was poisoning. He got poisoned.
But I mean, like, there's hydrogen in the mix, you know, and oxygen.
Still though, if we only had if we had cars that ran on water, it would destroy. Not the automotive industry, but it would destroy the oil industry
and
completely.
Well, I mean, you can use any water. Like it was like I think like he was able to use like salt water too.
Yeah.
So like, oh no, we can't use the fresh water supply. No, we're not going to use the fresh fucking water supply. We're going to use like
the ocean that is endless. That is just like
whatever, you know. Yeah, the abyss, like the second final frontier. I don't know. What do you think? Is space the final frontier or is the ocean? Because I know scientists are like, no, fuck the ocean. This sucks. Like, I don't want to go in there.
I posed this question to one of my guests recently, and I'll just pose the same question to you.
Okay.
Because it's a very interesting question.
Right?
That even actually, I think I have a very clear answer to. But I'm just curious what you think.
Okay.
If given the opportunity, would you rather go in the water, go into the depths of the ocean,
sure,
to like see what's down there and like kind of?
God, I have such a fucking fear of deep water. Anyways, go on.
Or space. Would you rather go into space, knowing the risks are very similar? You know, I think personally, based on percentage-wise, I want to say the chances of death going into space are a lot higher than going into the ocean because we have so many naval subs that go down deep and.
Yeah, we kind of really have like a decent grasp on underwater exploration.
Yeah,
so it's like you don't want to go down to the bottom of Mariana's Trench and get crushed like a pop can.
That's the other thing. Like both deaths are, either way, both deaths are like horrifying,
horrific.
And then that we have more experience with water than we do with space. Mm-hmm. Like, so with all those
factors
being put into
and everything.
Weight,
man, I don't know. I'd rather die in space because okay. So Hell's Canyon, there's a spot in Northeast Oregon, Idaho, Oregon border. This is the deepest water that I actually jumped into. The boat radar read like 250 feet, just like rough estimation for like my memory fails me. Mm-hmm. And never been afraid of water, like never been afraid of any of that. But like I jumped in off the boat and I was like, this is fucking crazy. No, get me on the boat. Get me back on the boat. Like there's just this dark mass underneath me. And if you know anything about Hell's Canyon, Snake River, Columbia River, there's like sturgeon. Mm-hmm. And they'll slurp you up like a fucking like you're nothing. I mean, who knows how big they get? Story goes, actually, this is we were driving by the Columbia River. Story goes, family trip, and it's like, okay, yeah, why tell a kid this fucking shit? But anyways, so a bunch of gold bullion spilled in the Columbia River back in the day. I'm pretty sure this is actually a real story. But Jamie pulled that up. And so, obviously the state was like, we got to get that gold bullion back. Let's send some divers down there. Let's retrieve it. Let's keep this whole gold thing going. And divers saw a goddamn fish. I'm pretty sure it was a sturgeon. That was the size of a school bus.
Yeah.
Maybe not as round, whatever, but
mm-hmm.
like it was the length, the sheer force against nature. Like, what the fuck is this, dude? It's fucking the size of a school bus,
mm-hmm.
Not a short bus. a full blown fucking like school bus. Nobody wants that. I don't think nobody wants that.
You know the story of the Flathead Lake Monster, right?
No.
Essentially, well, there was this tale of like similar to a Loch Ness monster type.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Kryptonaut podcast. We might get into that.
Oh yeah,
Anyways.
But yeah, so similar to that in Flathead Lake, and it's pretty much theorized that it's a sturgeon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's probably not still around, but like because sturgeons, they just don't stop growing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so something similar to that, where it was like the size of a school bus, that would be considered like what was like in thought the Flathead Lake Monster.
Like okay, I know like Flathead Lake isn't necessarily like, the biggest body of water, but like
In Montana or what?
yeah, but like I mean, come on, when you look at Fort Peck,
Yeah.
dude, it's like Jesus Christ.
Uh-huh.
But or like Yellowstone Lake, dude, nuts.
Big.
You go around that son of a bitch, and you're like, it takes like an hour. It seems like. But anyways, yeah, the rise and fall of like water levels, you know, ancient fucking like times, you know, there's gonna be like these creatures of the water that are gonna like kind of get stuck in this body of water potentially, hypothetically. I don't know, like, is it true? Is it not? It kind of makes sense though, you know, like there's gonna be some shit in every body of water. I guys bet, you know, I would bet anyways. You mind if we take a tea time? I gotta use the piss.
Yeah, we'll take a little break.
Cool, sounds good. Oh man, and we're still rolling.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
We are still rolling.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna keep that whole blank space. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. You can like just.
That's a quick way to lose.
You can just slightly hear me taking a piss back there.
In the distance. I'm gonna keep that for my own
Don't go
personal
chasing
files.
waterfalls, man.
TLC.
TLC. But now it's just TL. Damn.
Now,
What
just
a stupid joke.
Just to finish up what I was saying earlier, I agree with you. Space, for sure.
Space for sure.
Because I think if you're gonna die in space, at least you're gonna see something like unbelievable. I could live without seeing a fish before I die.
Okay. Holy shit, dude. This is no joke. Like, I mean, I have no reason to lie about something like this. So Trina and I, we get back home from the show last night, and I don't know how she spotted it. I don't know. We're both big into like the cryptids, you know, space itself, ufology, so on and so forth. I don't know how the fuck she spotted it, but she was like, "Is that thing moving?" And I'm like, "Oh." And so I'm like, "Okay, let's just observe it for a second. You know, if it's just our eyes playing tricks on us, and you know, a little bit too much tequila, like we'll figure it out." So, so I'm leaning up against the garage, the outside of the garage. So I have myself in a fixed position, and I think we stayed in that spot for a good 20 minutes, and this thing's kind of just doing its like, it's kind of just moving around a little bit, like not doing too much, but then like it makes movements where like it goes up and goes down, and I have the tree for reference, so I'm like, oh, this thing's actually fucking moving.
So it's in the sky.
So it's in the sky, and it seems pretty low too. And mind you, this is like 2 in the morning. Probably like 2:30 in the morning. So we're sitting there observing it, and it. I mean, like I said, like I'm like fixed in a certain position. I'm like sitting there. I'm like, okay, like if it's gonna do something. Anyways, so the tree for reference, it's going and kind of subtly doing its like slow movement. And I'm like. Man, I'm not that drunk. I mean, I wasn't even drunk. Really, I was like feeling good, but I was like, no, this is interesting. And
so is this far in the distance, or is
this is looking east.
Okay, and it's up in the sky, or
this is looking east. It's up in the sky. It's it doesn't seem too high because it's really bright.
Okay,
and then so we're observing it, and then it kind of like starts doing this thing where like. You can almost see like lights coming off of it, but not very far. It's just very finite. So it's just like kind of like doing this little thing. There's stuff going around it, and we're like, whoa, wait. And then so it moved, within like 2 minutes, it moved so far that we literally had to take like 2-3 steps ahead of us in front of the garage to actually, and we had to move to the left too to actually see it because it actually moved that much in that short amount of time. Now, if it was like, if it was just a star, it would move in like a curvature, linear kind of way. this wasn't the Northern Star, man. This is like in the southeast kind of hemisphere or whatever in the sky. And so we're sitting there observing it. And we're like, no way, this is actually fucking happening. Wow, we're actually seeing something. And so we sit down on the ground after we move left, and we continue to observe it. And it's not doing anything too crazy. It's not like fucking zippity-doo, like ripping across the sky at like the most like insane speeds. It's just like, it's just hanging there. It's like, it's like it almost doesn't know where to go, or like it's changing direction, and like, I mean, what the hell is the purpose of this thing anyways, you know?
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows? And so we're sitting on the ground and we're watching it, and then it starts doing this like strange thing where like it's moving a lot, but it's moving subtly. So I'm like, all right, babe, here's an experiment. You tell me which direction it's moving, and I'm observing it. So you tell me which direction it's moving, and I'll confirm that. Sure enough, left. But just this way. And then up top right, like diagonally. A little tiny movement. And then like we're like, okay, shit. Okay, now let me do it. So I'm going to tell you when it's moving and what direction it's moving and confirm it. If not, whatever. Same thing. Diagonally this way.
You're both saying the same
right
thing.
This way. Yeah, we're like, okay. We're experimenting so much. We're like, no, we're actually fucking observing something. Finally, you know?
Yeah.
Finally, after all this time, you know, it's just like, okay, wow. And then it starts doing this really incredible thing where, imagine, everyone's heard of the cigar shape, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's heard of that. I don't know what the hell that means. Like, I guess aliens like to smoke cigars. They're just up there puffing away.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's hanging out. You know, Joe Diaz.
That'd be the joint, the joint shape.
Yeah, right, exactly. But it did this thing where we both observe it like rotating. So like there's a fixed light, and it kind of just is doing this, but ever so subtly. We're just both looking at it. We're like, no, it's rotating right now. Like, yeah, it's rotating right now. And then so it takes shape of like there's like a core, I guess, like a little like middle point, and it's a very cigar shape. And then it starts doing this like cigar shape around it, so it turns into a light, like a fixed point, like it turns into light, and it kind of swings around fixed point, and then it does like the cigar shape, and it's just rotating and does this, and then like we keep seeing like this like big ass flash of light to the left of us in our peripheral, and I'm like, did you see that? She's like, yeah, I saw that, and like we're just like we're big nerds about it. Like I don't know if you've ever checked out CE5. Stephen Greer, it's really just really exceptional stuff. Like, there's people out there that actually go out in the middle of fucking wherever the fuck, like fuck all, anywhere, and they have those like really high powered like green lasers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they shoot right in the fucking sky, like insane amounts of like
Yeah, which is
distance.
clearly like an aviation like problem.
Very illegal, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and then they like kind of like they like do like the click click click, you know, 1 2 3, and then it'll respond. And like,
Oh wow.
there's like photography of like these beings. There's actually a really awesome thing on Prime. It's called Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind.
Okay.
Which, by the way, that old film, fucking sweet, dude.
Yes.
Dude, like who doesn't want that as a band member, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking Sam Bowers over here trying to imitate that. Yeah, but no, it's cool. It's like it's Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, and when I was out in the, I'm trying to keep my trying to keep my mind about this because it's really interesting stuff. Prime, Stephen Greer, this incredible stuff, and so CE5. I'm like, okay, so Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. There we go, and yeah, they make contact. There's photography of like these like strange looking beings. I swear to God, like there's this one in that documentary where it's like it looks like a grand wizard.
Huh.
It looks really interesting, you know, and it's not, you know, they claim it's not manipulated. It's just genuine footage, and it's got like a really cool message too. It's just all about like what are they doing here? And we're fucking up, and they've probably been here whatever the hell.
Yeah.
The UFO.
Longer than we could.
Extraterrestrial stuff. Yeah, like there's probably been here like far beyond us, and they're like millions of years of like ahead of us. Like. Anyways, it's really cool. So check it out. It just has like a really positive message. It just like kind of brings us all like together as like a one world consciousness. The more we're together, the more we're actually like considering each other. The more that like there's like the fucking peace and love basically. The more that we as a human species are going to move forward and be successful with it, and no, it's just got a really cool message. I strongly recommend checking it out. So that happened last night.
Yeah.
And Trina and I watched that show or that documentary, and we're like, this is nice, It's like, wow, like, yeah, like if we as a human race could just fucking work together and have like a little decency, like the light turns green and then like a split hair second later, you don't need to lay on the horn,
Right,
we can start from there. We can start from there. We can start. But yeah, it's really cool. Gonna wrap it up with. We were out in the Wyoming wilderness. Oh shit! Actually, dude.
Okay.
I mean, if this
gotta be a good one,
dude. Okay, so it was Will Summers, Spence, John Jesse, and I. We were out at Fire in the Mountains festival, and I'm sure you're aware of what the hell that is. Such an amazing experience, dude. Like, wow. Like, beyond... I mean, that's the only festival that I want to go to. I had a homie of mine. He's like, dude, we got to go to this EDM festival. We got to go to... I'm like, dude, I don't know. I just went to that.
And what?
So that's the pinnacle of, like... If it's, like... If people aren't picking up their fucking garbage, if people aren't taking care of the land, if people aren't taking care of the area, if everyone's just fucked off, I don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Because that really set the bar. I don't know if anyone... I don't know if you listen to Yob, YLB.
Maybe.
Oh my god!
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, YLB. Anyways, it's exceptional. So it's the last night, Sunday night of the festival, and there's this dude that just comes out of left field. Will Summers and I are like just coming down off of that good level of acid, and we're kind of like, but we're still there.
Yeah.
And this guy just comes out of fucking left field. And he's like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And we're like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And we're like got an arm on the table over here, and we're just like kind of kicking back, just watching the fire go, like positive fucking vibes. And this guy's like, "Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, what's up?" And we just saw Starlink.
Okay.
Have you seen Starlink?
Yeah.
Dude, it's a fucking train in the sky. It looks like. It's incredible. I was like, oh damn, like this
on acid. That's got to be crazy.
I know it definitely looked like a train in the sky. And so this guy's like, yeah, fucking Starlink, and we're like BSing, and he's like, yeah, I'm a part of a group called like we're like doing the CE5s and stuff. I've worked for the government. We're like doing CE5 projects and making contact is really what it's all about. And like the lasers, like making this all tying together here. I mean, and he was working with the government. He's like, yeah, like we've made so much contact. We have done so much stuff. And this guy's wearing like a biker vest,
Yeah.
He definitely came there on a bike, but it was just funny. Like he just came out of left field, and we're like, oh.
Well, if he was just fucking with you, though.
CE5. No, but then like I was like CE5. I don't know, man. Like,
this was before you had really looked into it.
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit, like okay, like that's cool. And I just remember I remember looking at Will when he was talking about all this stuff. He's like, I'm not ready for this, or something along the lines. He's like,
too much.
He's like, this is too much right now, man. And he kind of just moseying around, checking out the fire. But yeah, like it was crazy. So we saw that. Trina and I have been doing this whole like, not actively participating in it, but like we're about it. Like the CE5 thing's.
You've been paying attention more. You're more conscious of it.
Yeah, and so. Last story about all this crazy ufology stuff. We're out in the Wyoming wilderness. We're with my buddy Joey and his girlfriend MJ. Name dropping. What's up, guys? And it's, dude, like the silence was deafening out there. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was really, you walk outside and you're like,
You're like taking,
you're
yeah.
like, wow,
You're hearing
this
like
is-
the world.
This is cool. I'm hearing my like blood rush.
Yeah.
Almost, you know, like it's like, Jesus Christ, this is awesome. And I love that. You know, sometimes I feel like I'm like one of those people that can just like sit in silence in my own house, like dinking around on my phone for like an hour and be like, oh, it's been an hour.
Yeah.
Maybe I can do another. Maybe I can do another hour. I don't know. You know, like after work or some shit. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so, Joey and MJ go to bed. Trina and I are out front having a smoke and having another drink before we go to bed. And we're like, should we try some CE5 stuff? Like, should we? Okay, whatever. And then so we're like, all right, here we are, man. We're in the fucking Wyoming wilderness, stars galore.
Best place to do it because you can see everything.
Everything. And dude, okay, up there in the fucking Tetons, wow, the amount of stars, dude.
Just like nothing.
Oh my god,
You probably see like Tales of the Galaxy and shit.
dude, like every dark and light piece of the Milky Way was there to see.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Anyway, so we're like, all right.
Stargazing.
What's up, guys? We're here. Make some sort of appearance, you know. We're just fucking checking her out. And we're like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. We've been out there for like a half an hour. Like, it's getting a little cold. I'm like, all right, let's just wrap it up. You know, we'll try this whole CE5 thing down the line. And almost like immediately, as both of us were about to get up, a star falls. And we're like, fuck yeah, dude. What are the chances, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone's heard of a falling star, but like when we're actually trying to actively make contact, there's a fucking falling star as you're about ready to just call it quits. Like,
right.
It's like, hey, what's up, guys? Fucking space grass. Let's
wild.
go. Let's fucking smoke together. You know? God damn. Speaking of that, I have chilled out on smoking weed so much.
Yeah.
Such a fucking lightweight. Dude. Like, incredibly...
Like, now it just takes it's a little bit and you're gone.
Dude, yeah, I can, like, make a bowl last, like, 5 fucking weeks. You know? No, not that much, but you know what I mean? Like, it'll last forever.
See,
How are you on that?
I've never really been into... Like, I've smoked before, and I've done edibles before, and the edibles sent me to a different dimension. But the smoking... I think I've only really been high from smoking 1.5 times.
Okay.
I say a half because I maybe got like a half a high, like a
little dabble.
Yeah, I could feel it a little bit.
Yeah.
The other time I don't really count because I definitely was high, but I was also drinking. So it's like, what level of faded was I?
It can go really crazy, or it can be like they can even each other out.
I think most of my problem with it is I don't really properly know how to smoke because I've never really smoked.
Sure. Yeah.
So like I don't think I get that full inhalation. So I've never really had that experience, but also it's like not really something I've ever really had much of an interest in.
Yeah, no, if it's not your gig, it's not.
And
your
I'm not against it either. Obviously, I've tried it, so. And I think it doesn't help that my experience on the edibles was not a good one.
Oh man, I mean, dude, yeah.
Yeah, I just had it was a bad experience. Oh my God, so I think there's the fear of. I'm also like naturally a paranoid person, so
Yeah.
So I get
feel that.
paranoid high. I don't get like.
Yeah, that's how it is for me now.
Yeah.
You know, like back in the day, I'm like, oh, dude, I'll smoke you on the table. Now I'm like, oh, a little puffy poop, maybe. You know? Yeah. Some days it's weird because like I can hang out with my dad, and we'll just be shooting the shit, and we'll just chief, and I'll be like, oh yeah, it's like riding a bike.
Uh-huh.
But then when I don't know, like chilling at home, hanging out with my girlfriend or whatever at her house, like. She's like, you know, she's like, you want to smoke? I'm like, I don't know. I'm all right. I'm kind of feeling pretty good just naturally here.
It's probably nice to take a little break every now and again. Like,
yeah, I didn't. Okay, so I didn't start smoking weed until I was like 17. And people always call bullshit on that. I'm like, no, like, why is that weird?
Yeah.
Why is that weird? Like, when I was growing up, like, I had all these friends that were already smoking and influenced me. Oh, you're gonna smoke, you know, eventually. I know you are. And I'm like, well, when I get to it, sure.
Right.
You know, and I was like 17 years old, and I'm glad I waited that long, you know, because growing up, I was around it so much.
Yeah.
Which it wasn't a bad thing, you know. Like, I'm sure I was rolling in the car with mom and dad, getting kind of stoned.
Getting a little secondhand.
Yeah, a little secondhand, dude. I know, right? Fucking. I don't know. Like, it's some people might think that's like very weird. Or
It's very similar to my experience drinking. Like, I didn't start drinking until I was 23.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's like, because similar, I was around it so much that I don't know the influence that played on it necessarily, but I just was never interested. I think it doesn't. I think it just genuinely comes down to like a lack of interest. And then finally one day I was like, okay, I'm an adult. Like,
yeah,
I'll try this out. And then, I mean, the way I drink like a fish now, people are just shocked that I haven't been doing it since I was 18, you know, but...
Son of a bitch, right? You know? Dude, yeah.
But at the same time, I agree with what you said. I'm glad I waited, because I feel like had I started at a younger age, it could have been more destructive to my life.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it just takes like a certain individual, like as a young kid, you know, to be like, no, I just want to be like normal. I want to go ride bikes with my friends. I want to go skateboard. I want to, I don't know, fucking go play my guitar, you know, and like just keep it chill.
And it's good to know who you are.
Right. But then there's that moment where you're young where like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, there's a moment.
I don't even know who I am.
Well, there's that, and then there's the points when you think you know everything. You know, you either don't know anything or you know everything. And so those are not great places to be if you're gonna like start experimenting with substances. It's like you should genuinely know who you are, what you're about, what you like, what you dislike. You know, be confident in who you are before you start messing with your brain chemistry.
Yeah, and that's like easier said than done. You know, like there's like so many factors out there, man. Like
sometimes you don't like what is going on in your life or your brain or whatever, and you want to change that. So you alter your state of mind.
Man, music was always my favorite.
Same.
Music is always my thing, man.
Same.
And I don't think I've gone, like, I don't know, dude. Like, can you say like what, like when did you start listening to music, and like at what point did you not stop listening to music? You know, like what age were you when you were like, no, I need this on my day-to-day basis? Fucking iPods come out, and you're like, this is sick. Right?
I think I would say it must have been like 5th grade.
5th grade.
Fourth or 5th grade. It was like in between there, maybe. I know my first concert ever was Seether, and it was Dark New Day, Crossfade, and Seether. Okay,
dude, I saw Papa Roach and Saliva.
I was at that show. Yeah, that was your first show
at the Metro. Yeah, that was my first legit show.
That was like right
big
up,
or small.
It was right up there with one of my first two.
Yeah,
I remember going to that show, and
dude, actually, Jacoby Shaddix has got some like pretty sick screams.
I actually met Jacoby Shaddix before that.
Is he cool?
Yeah, great guy.
Fuck yeah.
That was like right in the height of Scars too. That show Scars when he was
man.
and so it was during the fair. We went there early during the day to go to the fair, and he's just walking around buying shit, and everybody
around.
Yeah, and everybody just like looks at him like in my group, and they're like, I think that's the guy from Papa Roach.
Is that Mr. Roach?
Yeah, dude, that drives me nuts when people refer to Jacoby as Papa Roach. I'm like, oh, he's not a rapper. Like, so I walked up to him and I'm like, because I noticed the knuckle tats. Like the knuckle tats is what gave it away.
I've never heard anyone say that.
Oh, dude, I hear it all the time. It's like, oh, look, that's Papa Roach, or like, so that's Papa. Like they refer to him as Papa Roach.
They're probably not the biggest music fans in the world either. You know, Die Hard.
Exactly. But it just drives me nuts nonetheless.
Oh my god.
But yeah, met him, got his autograph. Turns out his middle name is Dakota.
Oh, there we go.
That's what he said to me, and I looked it up even, and I was like, "Yep, that's his middle name."
You should just move in. You just move in. Dude. How much money do you think he fucking made? How much money do you think those guys made on just Papa Roach alone? Like, what the hell, man? Like,
that's an interesting question because they're not necessarily like one of the biggest bands.
But they're very well respected.
Exactly, and they've done a lot of albums. They've stayed relevant. So I mean, I would say probably not as much as a band like System of a Down or Disturbed. You know,
man, I don't know. That's kind of because like when you release the Cut My Life into Pizza song, it's like. How much money alone on that song do they make?
And a lot of that depends too on like marketing. Like you sell the rights to those songs to certain like.
Fuck the music industry, by the way.
Oh yeah, music industry is fucking. Yeah. That's the other thing too. It's like you never know how much they're making, even if, because half that money probably went somewhere else.
It's going here, it's going there, it's going to someone's dog. You know,
I would probably estimate that they made a good amount of money, but not a great amount of money.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, you know what? Just for shits and giggles,
You're gonna look up the net worth.
Let's see what the net worth is of the band Papa Roach.
Yeah,
but anyways,
while you're looking that up, I'll just I think about fourth or fifth grade is when I really got into music. Obviously, I'd listened to music and I knew what music was, but when I became like a real fan, it was just before I saw my first live concert. Mm-hmm. I was starting to really get into it. Once I saw that first live band, the wheels came off. I was all in, bought their CD that night. I was requesting songs on the radio. BYO.
Oh, you were calling in.
Oh yeah,
sick.
BYOB was really big at that time, so I loved System of a Down.
Dude, is their drummer not the most badass motherfucker?
All those guys are killers.
I mean they really are.
They're all killers.
That drummer is just fucking
for
one
sure.
of my favorite.
And then also the movie School of Rock came out right around that time.
Dude, actually, you know what? I think I was in 5th grade. I think that's when it really started. Mm-hmm. Fucking Jack Black, dude.
Shout out to Jack Black.
Shout out to Make It Not Cool Enough. Oh my god, are people getting mad at that?
What?
Yeah, I'm just not cool enough.
Remember, what? You're totally cool.
Oh, you're fucking this shit, dude.
Let's rock today.
Yeah, man.
That movie alone might have inspired me completely to actually want to do music.
Yeah.
Okay. I always tried to like pinpoint what my inspiration was. And honestly, this sounds ridiculous, but it's the truth. The two probably most influential things on me wanting to be a musician were School of Rock and Guitar Hero. Oh my god! Truthfully,
remember when you played too much Guitar Hero, and then like you are hanging out in the house after you take your eyes off the screen, and like everything's like a fucking
starts like warping
gnarly acid trip.
Yeah,
you know, like without the sensation, you're like, oh my god, what the fuck is that?
But those two things truly influenced me to want to play music. Mm-hmm. I think just seeing live music for the first time influenced me to like just love it.
That's a big jumpstart.
Oh sure. Yeah, and then the wheels came off, and I was just I was going to concerts all the time. Fortunately, I had family members who were willing to buy me tickets to go to shows because I didn't have money to do it myself. I got to.
You're just not taking out the trash enough, man. You gotta work a little harder.
Hey, I was a good kid. I was a good
initiative.
Kid. But I think I was very, very fortunate between the ages of, let's say, 12 or 10, 11 to my high school years to get to go see a lot of really good shows, and that shaped
for you,
me.
Man, that's fucking great.
I've only just recently got into the local scene, to be honest. Like since we started playing, even before I had been in other bands, and I dabbled in the local, but I think now because I'm not looking at it too. I say this with a grain of salt. I don't take it as seriously as I did when I was a kid, like younger, because you always have this aspiration of wanting to be big and like get out of Billings and like try and do bigger and better things. And I was never anywhere close to that. We're closer to that now than I ever was, and I love the local scene. Like, I'm more plugged into the local scene, and I really could care less if I ever became big. If it happened, cool. But that's not the end game. That's not the goal. The goal is to just be as big as you can be now. And the fact that I think my mindset has changed from that, it's allowed me to be more receptive to the local scene and actually become friends with a lot of people in the local scene. And I root for their success. I have just as much respect for anybody in the music scene as they have for me, kind of thing. It's a mutual respect. If you're not a respectful musician, I respect you as a musician, but I might not support you.
It's gonna tick down.
Yeah. My support level for you is probably gonna come down a little bit.
Yeah. And thankfully, there's not a lot of people in the music scene here in Billings that are like that.
Exactly, and that's why I think this might be one of the strongest the local music scene has been.
I don't know, man. Like, yeah. Well, anyways, go on.
Well, no, and I think I know where you were going with that.
I don't know if you.
Well, were you gonna say it's been stronger before?
No, I mean,
Because there were times.
I mean, there
I just
are
wasn't around for that.
There are some like really, like legit fucking musicians here, and it's like,
Absolutely.
I wish I could just be half as good as them, but no name dropping, but there's been times when I'm like just I mean, like 1 out of 99 times, like two, like very minimal, where I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like, is that how you really are, like on a day-to-day basis? Like, come on, man.
Oh, like when you meet somebody?
Yeah, when you meet somebody and they're like very like narcissistic, and it's like apparent, and you're like, oh, okay, well, good to kind of.
I got you. I got you.
Like, yeah, but like it's
you have seen that though, and
I've experienced it a few times, and not even like I've even like heard of it too. Where I'm like, come on,
that's
man.
the worst.
It's like, dude, like, why would you not want to be like, just like, obviously you gotta be boastful, you gotta be the most badass motherfucker, but like you also have to have like some sort of like consciousness about like just being like a decent fucking human being.
Yeah,
well, a decent person to someone.
For me, and obviously we can only base everything in life off of our own experiences. Mm-hmm. It's very hard for me to try to wrap my head around being just like, oh yeah, we're the best. Like, yes, I am going to be confident in our material. I'm going to be confident in us. But anytime somebody pays me a compliment, like just for example, last night after the show, some woman I've never met before, never even seen her at one of our shows,
out at the bars.
Well, because we see
whatever.
We see a lot of the same people at certain shows, and they're always complimentary, and it's very
and it's
always
appreciated.
Healthy
right now, man. It's healthy right now.
Exactly.
Think,
and there's so many good bands and so many good it's awesome, and I think there's a lot more people going to local music, which is even better. Right. But anyway, this gal comes up to me and she's like telling. I've never been confident about my vocals because I've never been trained. It's all just purely based on just doing it myself.
By the way, I always enjoyed you when I was working at the Crystal.
Oh, well, so I appreciate that. And honestly,
yeah,
karaoke helped me a lot. It really did.
Everybody.
It helped me find my
confidence
voice.
booster.
It is.
It's like confidence booster. Yeah, it just gets you more comfortable.
I still to this day think it's harder to do karaoke than it is to go do stage or do my own band because it's my music. If I fuck it up, nobody knows. Maybe I meant to do it that way. If you're doing karaoke, you're up there by yourself, not with a group of people, and if you fuck up, everybody knows because they all know these songs.
Yeah.
So karaoke is way harder than doing like your own live music.
Yeah, I really like as. Do you want to complete that?
Oh, I was just gonna wrap it up by saying this gal was giving me compliments about my vocals and stuff, which, like I said, I rarely get. I shouldn't say that. I don't rarely get that, but it's always welcomed to hear that because I don't feel like that.
I can only imagine.
And I will always like respond to that by saying with just absolute like thanks because it just means a lot. I'll never be like, oh yeah, you're right, I am really good. Like that's insane to me. That's absolutely insane to me for anybody to think that. And there are guys like if you compliment a guy on how well they play guitar, some people are just like, yeah, well, that's whatever. That's nothing.
This one time, I shit you not, dude, I met Chris Motionless at Manny's when he was playing there. Did you ever go to the Manny's shows?
Yep, I did.
So I
saw Wayne Static X.
Oh man,
got to bump fists with the mother.
Dude, you fisted him. You fisted Wayne Static, dude. Just fucking. I like saying that to people. Like I'm like to like homies. I'm like, dude, fist me. Fuck yeah. I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, give it to me. Anyway, so like, I'm sitting there after the show, and I notice him over at the bar. I'm like, oh shit, dude. And this is right after this is like the Creature Store basically. Which, in my opinion, is like by far my most favorite, or in my opinion, the best fucking album that they have. It's just so well structured and it's really gnarly and it's heavy and I mean I can just hear it in my head. I'm like, dude, that's such a good album. Anyways, I go over there. I'm like, hey, what's up, Chris? And he's like hunched over and he's like, hey. I'm like, hey, dude. You guys are sick, man. Creatures is like one of the most phenomenal albums in the world. I bought it, like, fucking supporting the band, dude. You guys really killed it. And he's like, Oh, okay. I'm like, you fucking prick, dude. Like, what the fuck? I just.
See, that's what I say. Never meet your heroes, man.
They never meet your heroes, man. You never know what's gonna happen.
Well, and you know what's funny that you say that? There is a level of like, there's a level of narcissism, and then there's a level of like the absolute opposite that's not good either. Like Maynard, James Keenan, Tool, huge fan. Absolutely would be the. If you ask me, could I meet one person right now, who would it be? It would be Maynard James Keenan, because probably the biggest influence on me musically, lyrically, vocally, like everything. I'm just a huge fan. I don't know that like as much as I'd want to meet him, I don't know that I should, because I would be so overly complimentary to him, and he hates that.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
He's just the guy that's like, if I gave him all the flowers in the world, if I was just like, dude, I love this.
Which,
I love
by the
this.
way, for the listeners, give your friends their flowers while they're still here.
Absolutely.
Keep it in mind, man. You're not. Everyone's got to fucking go at some point. Anyways, yeah.
But like I said, I was just that's how I would do. I would absolutely just praise this man for everything that he's ever like.
Dude, he's a monster.
And typically, what I would imagine his response would would just be like, oh, okay, like cool.
Yeah.
And it's like,
you want
that's not what I want.
Back. Yeah,
I want you to like receive my praise
Right.
and like tell me how grateful
You want him to like pick you up. Like,
It's not necessarily I
he
want
goes
you
in slow
to.
motion, just like, this is amazing.
I don't want you to be like overly the last thing I'd want would be for him to be like, oh, I know I'm the best.
Right.
You know, that sucks. But I also don't want him to be like dismissive of my like the way I feel about him.
Yeah.
I don't need him to be like, oh, dude, thank you so much. Like, it means the
Right.
world to me. I would just, if you could just give a level of thank you, that means a lot to me. Boom. I'm good.
Done.
But for to be so dismissive is almost just as bad as being like, oh yeah, I'm the best.
Dude, yeah, and dude, Maynard, oh my god, I like all the memes about Tool fans, like, how'd it go? It's like Maynard James Keenan literally farts into a mic. Tool fans,
Yeah.
you know.
Another thing, like this goes full circle from the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Tool was never as popular like Dragon Ball Z. It was never as popular when I was a kid. And now all these people are just like, think they're like these intellectual Tool fans.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm like,
God, do all Tool fans wear spectacles?
now they do.
Do they all have short
the
hair?
round
no hair?
ones too.
No. Dude, their drummer,
Danny
what's his
Carey,
name? Dude, what the
incredible.
fuck is going on there, man? You like, dude, just watching their live videos, it's like this guy like has transcended into like the beyond.
Yeah, he's
The beyond section of Bed Bath & Beyond. Like,
They're-
he's there. That's
they're
where he's
all
at.
great musicians, and it's just
Yeah.
like, yeah. I've met. You know what's funny is I've met musicians who I never knew, and because of the way they like were, because of how humble they were, because of how nice they were, just seemed like normal dudes. I became a fan of that band.
Yeah, dude. That's
It means
the
a lot.
shit. Dude, that's the shit right there, man. Actually, funny enough, man, like I used to get so into this music shit. Like, you know, I gotta know more about my favorite band. I gotta know more about this band, and like, so I was starting to watch interviews on YouTube back in like 2010 forward into like because there was a point where I started and there was a fucking fine point when I stopped, because I was watching so much of this and I was like, oh my god, like this guy's a prick, or this band sucks. They are horrible people. I don't think I would actually want to meet them.
Right.
Like, music's good. I like it, but I don't know if I would actually want to be like, yo, what's up, dude? How's your day been?
It just
He'd be like, you know, and like, oh my god. Back to Manny's actually. You know Memphis Mayfire.
Yeah.
Remember that first album? Anyways,
I probably do.
very, very good. Second album, very good too. Not a lot of people are. I mean, they kind of fell off in their own way. It's kind of weird. But anyways, Manny's again. I see the lead singer coming through that side gate onto the patio area, and he's like followed by like some friends or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, Maddie, how's it going, baby? And he's just like, right past me, and I'm like, he walked right through me. I was like,
Oh man, that
dude, you little ginger bastard!
Well, just like I like
you son of a bitch.
Here's the thing. It's
You
not
hurt my heart.
for me, and I meant to actually say this last night, and when I get on stage my brain just goes blank. I love doing stage.
I can only imagine.
Like I love doing crowd work, but
just thinking about it gives me anxiety.
Sometimes it's hard. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it just clicks. Sometimes the flow is right and I just feel it. And sometimes everything that I think about saying just comes out in word salad. And last night was kind of a mix of both.
Sure.
I had meant to say, and I mean this, the number one thing you can give is your time. Time is the most valuable thing on this planet. I don't care
absolutely.
about like
What else
about
do we have?
spending the money to go to the show.
When you've got nothing left, what do you got?
Right.
Fucking time.
It's like I would never use the argument to somebody like, man, I spent this much money on your albums and on your merch and on these concert tickets. Like, give me the time of day.
Like you're
No.
entitled or something.
Yeah. It's not about the money. It's not about what I spent. I spent that because I'm a fan, because I love it. But the most valuable thing I've been giving you is my time. I took the time to listen to this. I took the time to leave my house and to like venture off. Sometimes I go states away to see your band. I gave my time to come see you. And for you to be completely dismissive is the most disrespectful thing.
Right.
Like when I like just a show like last night, for you to take the time to come see my band,
Which, by the way, sorry I didn't fucking make it.
Oh,
I'm,
dude, you're
I'm
good.
always running on native time, it seems. and like, I can say that.
You've seen us before.
Being Absolga and being Crow, I can say, dude, I'm fucking now and then I'm running on native time.
It happens, man. And
But
you showed
anyways,
up. You showed up
yeah.
anyway.
You know I love
and
you
that's
guys.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you not being there did not like hurt my feelings in the least.
Yeah.
Like you'll see us again. You've seen us before. You'll see us again. But it's like there's people that showed up that I didn't expect to show up, kind of thing. You know,
Yeah.
there's always the people that I'm kind of or people who consistently show up.
You know what's really nice though about Bullwhackers is because it's a different crowd, right?
Yeah.
So you got like different people there,
And that's
that
what I
are
liked,
not
too.
normally at your show, or like you're potentially making new fans. It's kind of nice just to have like you're like, oh fucking Bullwhackers,
But
fucking EDM heads, goddamn it.
well,
beat 'em up. No,
it's
anyway.
always gone through different facelifts. It's gone through different stages.
But anyways, but it's nice. It's
was a
like
good show. I enjoyed
it's
it.
good, like because like maybe there's people that don't know that the show's going on.
Mm-hmm.
They show up and they're like, hey, $5, and like oh shit, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Let's check it out. I'm thirsty anyways. I'm here.
Yeah.
You
You're right. No, and that's why I was glad to play a new venue anyway. But it's either way, just to go back real quick, it's like anytime somebody takes the time to go support you, or even if they don't support you, they're supporting another band. They took the time to do that, and it means so much. Like the value is so big to do that I'm always gonna be grateful for that.
You can be a million other places, right?
And I can only hope that I'm I'm making your time worth it.
Right,
You know,
right.
like that's the point
Yeah.
of us. That's the way I look at it when I'm on stage. I'm like, I'm trying to make your time worth it.
Yeah.
And I think if everybody had that outlook, they'd be the best band. You're going to get the best version of of that band.
And also I'm sure like as there's some inner dialogue going where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna try and make this the best fucking shit,
Of course.
like time for you.
Mhm.
But also you have to dial back a little bit so you don't give yourself anxiety. Or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
You know.
I mean, it's definitely a thought in the back of your head. It's
Right.
not like at the forefront of your mind.
Yes,
like
you-
I'm
you-
still
I'm sure you
focusing
don't
on
want-
like making
you don't
sure.
want it there.
Yeah. I still
Yeah.
got to make sure that I'm doing my part to make it. Like I'm getting my words right. I'm not like overthinking this.
Yeah.
But it still should be there. It should still be a
Absolutely. Yeah. No, that's great, man. Like, because like I said, like, you could be a million other fucking places. Where are you at? Fucking Cutthroat Show.
which is
There you are.
it just means a lot, and
Yeah.
I'm always grateful for any fans.
I started this stupid fucking joke where I'm like, oh, it's the Fish Band. with was it like PH? Fish? Is it?
Oh yeah.
It's the Fish Band.
We're fish.
Yeah, no, it's not a jam band. I swear to God, it's not a jam band. God, do you like jam bands? Can you note maybe one jam band you like?
I mean,
You don't have to, because honestly, I really can't think of anything else.
Like, well, give me an example. Because maybe I'm just like not thinking of the right.
Generally speaking, just like jam band, where like us.
You're talking about like Frank
there's
Sinatra?
There's like a hour-long song.
Okay.
That was just the first song. On to the next one.
No,
honestly,
dude,
me neither, dude.
I went to one of my buddies. He was in a band in he lived in Missoula, and it was
Missoula is like the forefront of jam band.
Yeah,
it's like jam band alley,
dude. This was like
there's Tornado Alley, and that's jam band alley.
This was like a death metal or like black metal jam band, and I remember, I'll never forget this. We went to this show. They played, and it was probably like a half-hour set, right? Or maybe not a half hour, maybe like 20 minutes, something like that.
Is Tool a jam band?
I think
is Tool a metal jam band?
They're close to it.
Yeah, kind of getting there. Anyways,
but I want to say it was like a 30-minute show, and there was no breaks, there was no stops. I was like, "Did you guys just play like a medley? Like, what did?" I was like, "How many songs did you actually play?" And my buddy, I'll never forget it to the day I die, because I wanted to smother him after he did this to me. He goes. And I go,
and you go,
yep. Rather than say anything, I wanted to slit his throat.
Oh Lord!
Because I'm like,
man.
You pretentious fuck. I don't.
Nobody wants you to go back to your house and listen to your shitty Fish records. They're fucking Harold and Kumar go to White House. I'm a business hippie. I know the concept of supply and demand.
Well, brother, we're getting close to the end here, man. As much as I could.
Where are we at?
Hour and a half.
Oh man, yeah, no, great.
As much as I would love to keep talking, and I know we have a lot to talk about.
Dude,
that just means we got to do another one.
We just got to do another one.
So, I love. You've watched some of the episodes before, yeah?
I gotta be honest. I didn't.
No,
because the reason why I didn't was because obviously we all are very busy, and I thought, I was like, oh shit, maybe I'll check out a few episodes, see how this guy operates. But like, I think we've hung out enough to where I'm like, I think we could just like shoot the shit.
And
clearly I'm glad I did.
Clearly we were able to,
because I didn't want to overanalyze it, and like my dad will say like, oh shit, Terence, quit overanalyzing everything. You're sounding like like what's his name, the filmmaker. God damn it.
Oh,
what's his name? Not Woody Harrelson.
Oh, Woody Allen.
Woody Allen. He's like, you're starting to sound like Woody Allen, man. You're fucking over-analyzing shit. I'm like, Dad, shut the fuck up. God damn it. I love that guy's films, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, man.
But the only reason I ask, I failed to mention this beforehand, so I apologize for not giving you a heads up.
Okay.
I like to end my episodes.
Oh, you did mention this.
Okay, good.
You did mention
Thank
this.
God.
Okay.
I like to end my episodes with a positive or motivational message from the guest, something that you maybe have used throughout your life or something that's helped you throughout your life that you can give back to the guests.
Oh, boy. Should have done some homework. Go out and if you're shy, if you're kind of like timid or you're not comfortable with who you are or where you're going or where you even fit in, just go out maybe to some shows and kind of like push some motherfuckers around and just kind of get to know people. Don't be afraid to be exactly who you are. Just be you, man. Everything's going to be all right. And as long as you're genuine, can't really go wrong.
Yeah. I agree with that
100%.
So.
Yeah. Like an
Right on, man.
Get out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here we finally got it done.
God, it's done.
And we will do it again, I guarantee it.
Yes, sir. Hell yeah. Wait, hold on. You should just put like a cheeseburger right there.
If I had the editing power, I would. I'm not that good, all right?
Wait, hold on. I'll do it slowly.
Ow. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Much appreciation.
See you guys.
And don't forget,
Thank you.
Life's a garden.
Life is a garden.
Dig it.
Dig it.
Just gotta keep on